Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I made this super cute little chubby seal cake, so let's just get right into it. I have 6 layers of 6-inch square cake that I'm stacking up with some chocolate buttercream. I have vanilla and some caramel cake here, and I'm just alternating the layers. I've moved that over to a bigger board, and then with my serrated knife, I'm just cutting down one side and then flipping that over. I'm going to start carving out the shape of my seal's body. It's very tapered down towards one end, and then I'm going to try and round this out as best I can. I know it looks like I'm cutting off a lot of cake, and I am, but I'm keeping that all and mixing it together in a bowl to make a cake pop dough for later. I added a few more smaller pieces where the butt area is, like where it's going to taper down, and then I grabbed some of my cake pop dough and made this little nubbin. I added one more piece to the front that was slightly smaller, so this would be like where the shoulders are, and then I took my serrated knife and just cut in the bottom a bit because I want that to be rounded. I don't want it to be flat against the board. I have this wooden dowel that I'm inserting on an angle right into the front portion there, and then this is going to support my 2 4-inch cakes that are going to be the base of the head. I added a couple more pieces on the back because I don't want there to be such a big separation between the shoulders and the head, and I also rounded out the edges of my 4-inch cakes. Baby seals especially are just little chunks, so I'm using that cake pop dough to add more underneath the neck, around the head, on the front of the head to round it out, and anywhere on the body where I just want it to be a little more chubby looking. I marked in where the eyes were going to sit, and then this was a general shape I ended up with. I covered my whole seal in a thin layer of chocolate buttercream just to lock in any crumbs, and then I'm going to start shaping the fins, flippers, whatever you want to call them, with some modeling chocolate. I just shaped out these long, like, kind of rectangles, kind of also triangles. They're definitely tapered at the end. I used a reference photo I will link down below, and then I marked in the texture on them with my fondant tool. I did the same thing for the front flippers, and I just made sure that the part that was touching the cake was blended in there a little bit, so it's not going to have this great big gap between the modeling chocolate and my cake. I'm using some vanilla buttercream for my final ice just because I don't want any of that chocolate to show through the coconut. And once I've got the whole thing covered, I'm smoothing it out with a piece of cardstock and trying to blend over all the joins with the modeling chocolate so it looks seamless. I used my thumbs to indent the eye sockets a little bit deeper, and then added one more piece of modeling chocolate onto the snout portion of the face, just trying to blend the edges down. With my fondant tool, I'm marking in where the nose is going to sit, and then adding this little triangle of black modeling chocolate in there and just shaping it out. They've got pretty thin nostrils unless they're taking a big huffy breath, and that's kind of what I wanted to go for. And then I also just shaped out the bottom lines of the mouth as well. For each eye, I added a little ball of modeling chocolate into the socket, and then another larger oval over top of that, just to give me a domed look. I lined the top and bottom with little snakies of black, and then with my fondant tool, I'm just marking in the whisker parts. I don't know what these are called, you know, where the whiskers are. And now to cover the whole thing in coconut, I'm using long shredded coconut because baby harbor seals are really fluffy. And for any of the parts that I want to stick to the modeling chocolate, I just brush that with piping gel first. I very gently placed that around the eyes. I ended up getting it everywhere anyway, but I cleaned that up later, so don't worry about it. I dipped my pointy fondant tool into some black airbrush color, and I'm getting that into all of the little whisker holes, and I'm also using that to paint around the snout. I like the airbrush color because it doesn't dry down super black. It actually has like a really nice mottled gray effect unless you layer it up, so it really helped with this look. I brushed that same color in between the fin lines that I made, and this is just so once I cover it in the finer coconut I have, I'm still going to see that definition. It's not going to get lost in amongst the coconut. For the board, I added some icing sugar and just brushed that around, and it clung really nicely to the surface so that it kind of had like an icy, snowy effect. I'm using some floral wire that I just brushed with some black for the whiskers, and then I'm placing different lengths on either side. You want to have some longer ones, you want to have some shorter ones, and you want to try and make them match. I used more of that black just to clean up the eyes and the nose, and then I sprinkled some icing sugar on him just to make it look like he had some snow on him. And then this was the final result. I think he turned out super cute. I hope you do as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.